when that memory is held in the body, the movement of the bones is not harmonious. And you can feel that with your hands. So the idea is to in some way, through the therapeutic approach, to bring the organism back into harmony.
And so are you moving the bones slightly with your intention when you have your hands on the head in creating space?
You may be moving the bones, or you may be following the bones.
Okay.
It depends on the chosen technique. And remember what I said before, you may be actually doing some pressure, or you may be very passive.
Right.
So
you have a little friend here.
yes.
Does he have a name, or she have a name?
My sculptural self-portrait. No, he doesn't have a name, or she doesn't have a name, because she's plastic.
Okay.
But you can see the parts of the skull that fit together. These are called the sutures. And originally they thought, actually they know, that this is the way that the parts are developed in sections of the skull, and then they come together. And it was thought that they fused, and that was it. They never moved again. But what we know now is that they actually have movement, not only between the parts, but within the parts themselves. Each part moves. So it's very, very subtle. And as you might see here, this is where the spinal cord comes down and goes down the back, like that. And the fluid is all around that, and all around the brain inside the cranium, the skull.
So you can really see how one bone, even one bone that has had any kind of trauma, is going to affect so many other parts of us.
Everything.
In our face, and then thus the rest of our body if it's affecting the spinal cord.
And head trauma, as you know, is very common, particularly kids get it. And what I've noticed is when a person has had a traumatic or stressful, very stressful experience, they will carry that through their lives unless it's relieved. They'll always carry it. They may have difficulty sleeping, or they may have recurrent images, or troubling relationship experiences, all based upon this experience that they're carrying, that they don't even know or remember that it was connected.
Right, it's carried in the bones and in the fluid, and as we've said before, that the issue's in the tissues.
Right, exactly.
And that's what you're helping to release and relieve. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us and bringing your friend here with us as well.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, Tosh.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. If you'd like to know more about Dr. David Dinner and Craniosacral, you can visit his website at www.gentlewave.net. And now I'd like to introduce our next special musical guest, John Dumas.
Aloha, my name is John Dumas, and I'm from Sedona, Arizona, visiting this beautiful island of Kauai and having an incredible time. This is such a beautiful place for me to be inspired and to play these instruments. And the work that I do in the world is sound healing, or what I prefer to call sound activation. This is shamanic work that I do in group and private and workshops. And what I'd like to introduce today, the program, is a heart flute of the four winds. And this is a creation that came through about 9 years ago. I've been making flutes for about 13 years. And this one's made from cedar, and it has 4 chambers. So it's really like having 4 flutes built into one. And each chamber has its own tone. So it has octaves and low octaves, high octaves, and fifths and fourths that can be played to create all different sounds. So I'm going to play a song from My Heart to Yours, and let's see what magic we can create.
I'd like to thank John Dumas for his beautiful musical piece. And now I'd like to introduce Deborah Burnham, who's going to talk to us about Aqua Cranial work. Aloha, Deborah.
Aloha, Taj.
It's so nice to have you here today.
This means a lot to me also, to let more people know about Aqua Cranial.
So I know that you started out doing all different kinds of healing modalities. Can you tell us a little bit about what your past has been before you got involved with Aqua Cranial?
Yes, it's been an interesting path here. 35 years ago I began doing physical therapy, and I very quickly realized the medical model wasn't encompassing the needs of so many, and I was more comfortable accessing inner healing source. And I began training in wonderful modalities like craniosacral, and therapeutic touch, and integrated awareness. And they became my mainstay in the hospital.
Well, a lot of different energetic techniques.
Yes.
And then how did you get involved in Aqua Cranial?
The opportunity to move from a cold climate of New Hampshire and find myself in Hawaii. And I looked in the ocean and I realized, oh, everything I do on the table, the waves would support, and I love the water. And I began letting friends tell me what it was like. And I got less confident because, oh, they'd get cold or their spine would sag because of the way they floated. And I decided, what are you doing? You can't just make something up. And about a week later, I learned about a course being taught. My teacher in Aqua Cranial is Rebecca Goff, and she was sponsoring this workshop on Maui, and I said, that's it, I'm going over.